Hey, welcome back. And if you're new, hello. All right, so let's get started on today's DIYs. These are going to be all Dollar Tree decor that you can do for styling your shelves and stuff like that. This one is very simple. I've done something like this before, but I did a more stone effect. This is one of the bra cups for the coconut bras that they have in the summertime, and just one of the Dollar Tree vases. So I'm just gluing it together, trying to wipe away any excess glue before it dries. And then this is going to be like a tall candle holder. I don't know if you've seen them, but a lot of stores have them, like the high-end stores, and they come in different sizes so that you can have like a little look with different sizes. So I'm just gluing together and I'm filling in the little holes with the hot glue so that you don't have holes there when you're done. You can fill it in with anything, just you want to make sure that it's filled in so you don't have little holes. And you don't have to be super neat because the bra cup is kind of textured, so you don't have to be super neat, but you don't want to be messy so that it looks like it's a bunch of glue all over the place. And then I'm just going to give it 2 coats of paint with the acrylic paint. So I'm going to go over the vase part and over the inside and the outside of the bra cup, going over to where I filled in little holes so that everything looks like it's cohesive and one piece. And then when you're done with that, like I said, I did 2 coats. When you're done with that, then you can go on to the next step. Okay, so now everything is dried, and you can see kind of where it joins up at. So I don't want to see that part. So I'm just taking some of the beads they always have there at the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to hot glue that all around just to cover that seam up. You could leave it that gold color, but I'm going to paint mine black so that everything looks like it's one piece that all belongs together. And once the glue dries, that's when I'm going to paint it. And then you're basically done with it, and you can just fill it with whatever candle you want and kind of pair it next to other candle holders so you have a effect there. And now on to the next project. This project is another simple one with Dollar Tree items. For this one, I'm going to be using the wood square blocks that they have at the Dollar Tree. They come in 2 different sizes. I had to go to several different Dollar Trees to find them, but when I found them, I grabbed myself a bunch. Come 6 in a pack. I'm going to be using 5 for this. So it's 1 for the bottom and then 1 for each side around. When I'm lining them up, I noticed that the last piece was going to be kind of off, but that's the piece that I'm going to put in the back, so that is okay. And you want to use a strong glue. I use Gorilla Hot Glue, but you want to use a strong glue, and you want to try to get them as even and flush as you can around the seams without too much glue spilling out onto the outside part, because if you're going to go over it with the wood stain is not going to stain the glue marks. So you want to make sure that the glue, if any, gets in the inside, not on the outside. And some does get on the outside, you want to try to wipe it away. And you can see now, once that I've done the first 3 sides, that the back is kind of odd shaped. So it's not going to go on the same as the other ones. I kind of had to slide it in, so I applied the glue all around the inside and then kind of slid it in real fast before the glue started to dry. And then once everything was dry, I went on and I applied the little wood blocks. They're not the Jenga blocks. I don't know what they're called. They're just little wood cubes, but I went on and took 4 wood cubes and I put those on the bottom for legs. I'm just showing you here that I have the skewers. You can get them. They also have sticks. I'm having a hard time finding the sticks because what I was going to do was going to be more elaborate, but I'm having a hard time finding the sticks. So I just used some leftover skewers that I had. But once I find the sticks, I'm going to show you another project that you can do with those. But for now, I'm just gluing on the little squares for the bottom, for the legs. And then I'm going to use the little wood skewers that I do have to just kind of trim it out once I'm done, which is going to be another real simple thing. But see, you have that, and then you can go on once everything is dry and you can give it a coat of stain. Or if you want to paint it a solid color, you can paint it a solid color. once my stain and everything was dried, and I just got, like I said, the little skewers that I did have. I'm using scissors. If I could take it back, I would kind of cut them with like the Dollar Tree saw, just maybe to give it a nice cleaner finished edge. But it doesn't matter from far away because nobody's really up on my shelves, and I placed it on the top shelf, and from far away you can't tell the little imperfections, but I'm just kind of cutting them, like kind of scoring it, and then once I get in deep enough, I just break it off and trim off little extra pieces that were there, and then I'm just going to paint them black so that it's a contrasting color for the little trim that's on the planter. And then I'm also going to paint the little cubes on the bottom that I'm using as the legs. I'm making sure to get the tips of them too, just in case you can see that part. And then once those are done and dry, then I will put them on. But like I said, if you have more sticks, you can make a cute little contrasting design, or you can do it with a different color stain, so then you have two different wood look. It's, you know, you could do a lot of things with the sticks to make it out, and then also frame it just like I did to kind of have them. I don't know, it's a lot to explain, but like I said, once I find more sticks, I'm going to do another project, what I initially intended to do with it. But yeah, so right now I'm just going to glue on the sticks, and then you can see one of them that I cut didn't really fit too well at the top, so I just kept trimming off it little by little by little until it finally fit in place. And then once everything fit in place, I glued it all on, and then I placed an artificial plant in mine because it is put together. If you use wood glue, maybe you could and put some little holes in the bottom, maybe you could actually use it for a real plant. But because I hot glued it and everything, I'm just going to fill mine with an artificial plant, just so I don't have any issues in the future. Okay, now time for the next one. I don't know if you noticed it on the shelf, but this one is super simple. Just take some different size vases from the Dollar Tree and fill them with something. I have these I brought to try to do something with. Over a year I haven't figured out what to do with them, so I'm just gonna fill the vases with them. I thought about painting them, but just in case I come up with an idea, I didn't. So that's another super quick thing that you can do. Just fill vases with something, and that's cute shelving decor. All right, now for this project. Okay, everybody has the little disc shelf decor things out at the store now, and they vary in prices, and some of them are kind of high. I had another idea for this, but it was too big for my shelves, the piece that I did get. So I'm going to use just some plates that I got from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to glue about 4 of them together. I like the plates because they have kind of a little wavy shape, and I just cut off the extras so that it didn't look still like a little flower. I just wanted to have the waviness. Gonna glue those together, let those dry, and then I'm going to take the little circle piece out of the middle of this. And you can find these stands in circles. Different times of year you find different ones, whatever and stuff, but you can find these all the time at the Dollar Tree. I'm just going to take this circle out and use it as a template to cut a circle in the plates so that it can go over the front of that. I'm going to also paint the stand black so that, you know, it goes with everything else. And then I'm just going to take and mix some white paint and a little bit of brown paint. I'm not going to mix it all up together so that it completely blends, but I'm just going to give it like a marbling, stonish type look. I just wanted to have like a natural feel, and I'm not painting it with straight strokes on. I'm just kind of splatting it on. So again, it has some type of texture, because when you do see the disc and different things, they're usually made of stone or wood or something like that. So I wanted it to have that effect. So once it was dry, I glued everything together after I painted both pieces. And then I'm going to go in with the Dollar Tree beads, again, like I did with the other one. And you can go on with them just that color with gold, but they usually are very vibrant colors, but you can come up with any pattern for this. For mine, I'm going to paint them black. I initially was just going to do a little thing in the inside and then a little thing on the outside. But after I was done doing that, I was like, it's still not meaty enough, like, because the ones that you see in the stores, they're really thick, like, you know, they're like, because I said they're wood or they're stone. So I wound up going around the whole thing, but this does look cute with it just like that. But like I said, I wound up filling it in so that it can have a more boom of an effect, if that makes sense. All right, so if you like, do not forget to give this a big old thumbs up and subscribe so you can follow along for more little DIYs and inexpensive things to make your home look nice. All right, I will see you in the next one.